So, guys, this is a huge recovery, huge and very, very fast recovery for my birds from the overdose of the neem that I suffered seriously on my farm. So, on the I think 21st or so, no, on the 20th of on the 19th rather of June 2026, I suffered another catastrophe, which is the third catastrophe on my farm since my birds arrived on the 24th of December of last year. What is the catastrophe? I overdosed neem on my birds, and they drank it for 3 days, and by the third day I had already lost three birds. Then on the 20th, the morning of 20th, I found seven more dead birds from my farm. When I split open the birds, I noticed that their liver was inflated and their bloodstream was intoxicated with the neem. It was poisoned with the neem. Also, because of that catastrophe on the birds, I also lost production. Production had reduced from 22 crates of eggs to 16 crates of eggs. 20th, we lost production to 16 crates of eggs from 22 crates of eggs on the 19th and 20th. But then on the 21st, we recovered a little. Then 22nd, we had almost a full recovery because our production has come up to 19 crates of eggs. That was yesterday, 22nd of June. So today, 23rd, we have already clocked 18 crates. It's not yet 90, we haven't closed yet, and I'm hoping that for nothing at all, we will come to 19 crates of eggs. Remember, when we recovered from the Newcastle, suspected Newcastle infection, our crates of eggs were 22, and that is the maximum we reached after the Newcastle infection. But then, before that, we had reached 23 crates of eggs. And remember, after the losses from our farm, we have come down from 1,000 to about 900, a little above 900. But then, after the third catastrophe, we are now hovering around just the 900 figure. So, 22 crates of eggs, when we do the percentages, we are going to get around 73%, 74%. That is how the percentages have been hovering around. And then even our average for the 24th week was 71.7%. So our recovery from the overdose of the neem has been so fast, just 2 days after the catastrophic losses and after the losses in production. So 2 days and our production is recovering. It hasn't returned to the 22 crates of eggs yet. You remember I mentioned that we are hoping to climb up to 27, 28 crates of eggs with the number of birds we are having, but then we still haven't reached there due to these kind of catastrophes we have been having on the farm. But then the good news is that we are recovering. We are recovering and recovering so fast. I've also observed other good news, and one of them is that our birds, their stool have become a little firmer. And that was one of the key things I was looking for when I started giving them the doses of neem in their water. I wanted their stool to be firmer. If there are any salmonella infections, I wanted it to flush it away and then to give them a natural boost of their immune system after the bears have suffered the suspected Newcastle and colibacillosis infection. So we suffered the Neem overdose. Some of the bears have died, but then I am beginning to see the famous tool. I'm beginning to see much more agile, much more active bears in my bears, and it is exciting. The other updates I want to find out from you is really personal, and that is today, 23rd of June 2023, 2026. My colleague, the one who helps me in the farm, Mabiba, she has gone for a funeral, and she has been so hard working, and I like the way she works. But then we started suffering. I think the infections have already come into my farm before she joined me on 15th of May or so. But then since she has been around, we have found the most catastrophes actually. It doesn't mean that she brought them, neither does it mean that she is the cause of them. So to the whole day today, I have been alone on the farm, doing everything from picking up the eggs to feeding them to cleaning around and everything that you can talk about. But that also means that I'm not able to do other things that I usually would able to do when she's around and helping. So what has come to my mind is that when the birds came in on 24th of December 2025, up to when they started giving me the first um, eggs, I didn't suffer any infections on the farm. I did, but that was coryza, and because I was with the birds, I saw it early. So I saw that their eyes were having some puffiness and having some kind of cheesy um, particles in it. So immediately I applied the dose 200, and it went away. I think it killed just one or two birds. But then the most catastrophe was the trying with the power outages to give them um, more light, and then to reduce the number of darkness in the farm. It was when I was trying that I had the stampede that killed eight of them in the night. Apart from that, it was after she joined me that we suffered the most casualties, more than 80 birds dying. Then, quite recently, although she doesn't have a decision whether we are giving them neem or we are giving them this dose or whatever, but then I am thinking, should I have more time with the birds? Do you think that these catastrophes would be as huge as they have been, so that I will be able to see any disease coming in early and be able to call for help and isolate the birds early so that casualties may be as low as possible? Right now, from 1028, the birds are now just about 903 birds. Do you think, and I'm getting afraid that I may not be able to recover all my investment in these birds. So do you think that in the next 6 months that we are going to have some cooler temperatures for the birds? I suggest engage myself fully in this with the hope that by December I would be able to recover something from the farm, because I'm afraid that by January, February, March, when the heat will come up very high again, so serious casualties will be lost here, and then any hopes of recovery, any money that I put in it would have been seriously derailed. What do you think? Do you think I should go ahead to engage myself fully in this and be able to give my utmost best from now until December to see what I can recover? Or I should just continue to give her the opportunity to work, help me in whatever she does, and then I hope for the best. What do you think at all? Although her salary is not something so much, but then I'm not talking about the salary and what I can recover from it, but I'm talking about the attention I can give to the birds when I'm with them all the time, feeding them and picking the eggs. Probably I'll be able to save some of the birds. I'll be able to curb any infections that are lurking into the birds. I'll be able to give them more time and be able to save a lot of them. I don't know what you think. I've given you three updates today. The very huge one is that my birds have been recovering and the production too has been recovering. Yesterday we had 19 crates, and remember we had 22 crates before we slammed again to this Neem overdose. And then I've also informed you that the birds have become more and more active. Their poo has become a little firmer as compared to what they were before we started giving them the neem in their water. And then I'm asking your opinion as to whether you think that I should ask my farmhand to rest, and so that I take over everything as I used to do from the one when the birds came up to when they give me the first eggs before I ask her to join me. Do you think this would be a sound idea, or you think she should just be around so that she does whatever she's able to do to help, so that I continue to do whatever I'm doing on the farm? Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't still subscribed to my channel, please do so. Bye bye for now.